Washington, D.C. with my son Amos, who has autism and is 12, and his service dog. And there is the back of the White House. There are a lot of people. And Amos, my little fella, is way up there in the front of the bus where he likes to sit alone. How about that? So we walked a mile, which is big for us. Oh, there's the Cheesecake Factory. And he was dying to ride one of these buses. But the problem with these buses is that I don't know where to get on them. So we found a nice driver that just let us on. And then we paid our $108. He was like, it's $100 for the two of you to ride. I was like, I'm aware. This is a person that just never wants to buy anything in the gift shop. So if it's $100 for an hour, then we're your people. It is true. It's like when you have somebody with autism, it's not like he wants a present, so he doesn't play sports. There's nothing really that he does that's expensive, but he loves transportation. So we rode the metro this morning, and now we're gonna do a loop around on this. Yes, we went to the Air and Space Museum, but he only wanted to go to one museum, and that was it. We had hot cocoa. We did a lot of walking, walked a mile to the White House, and now we're gonna ride this. He said there's 4 stops, but we're not going to worry about 4 stops. We're just going to ride until we're tired of riding, and then we'll take an Uber or a taxi. Is it cold? It was chilly this morning, but now it's nice. In the sun, it's really nice. I think Honor likes it. Hope he enjoys it. Yeah, we went to the Air and Space Museum, which was awesome this morning. It's interesting. You don't do things. I've never done a double-decker bus before. But, I just saw McDonald's. But when you're with Amos, you just do some fun things ahead of time. Where is Amos? So he's up here. He does not want me to sit with him. He's right there in the front seat, and there's glass and a rail. So we're safe, which is good. He wanted me to sit downstairs, but I did insist on coming up here. And then we're supposed to be back to pick up Blair at 3 o'clock. So we'll see how the time works with that. Looks like you're on a jet ski. I feel like I'm on a jet ski. But yeah, we saw the White House. We had a Secret Service person yell at someone else. And then Amos yelled at the Secret Service person for yelling. It's just so interesting when you're traveling around with a person with autism, how the world moves in a way that is really hard for him. Like, there was a homeless person screaming. That was upsetting. And I can't plan for homeless people yelling, or even, I can plan for Secret Service people yelling. I said to the Secret Service person, you don't need to yell. Like, that woman is pushing a stroller on the sidewalk. She's not going to blow you up. Walk over there and tell her to move. In navigating the metro, not being from DC and then not understanding, it's like, there's the Grand Hyatt. It's like they need somebody like us to show up and say, okay, how do you navigate public transportation? How could we make it easier for people not from here to understand? Like, you don't need the card. You can use your credit card on your phone. But it's hard to figure it out. Or maybe I'm just not a genius, but I find it tricky. And you have to use your credit card when you get on the metro and then when you get off. And the gate goes really fast. What about the Spy Museum? No. So when you belong to Amos, you do one thing a day. Well, we've done 2. Actually, we've done 3. We did the Air and Space Museum. We walked a mile to the White House, and now we're on the double-decker bus. So that is a lot of activities for us. No interest in doing 2 museums in a day. We stayed at the Air and Space Museum for almost an hour, which was pretty good. We had a couple, at one point we were riding the elevator for fun, and these men were going to the third floor, and we were not allowed to stay on the elevator because the third floor is restricted. Even though I said we won't get off, we're just riding. No, not allowed to ride. It's like the world makes up rules that are upsetting. And then I'm like, am I entitled? Do I like want the world to tiptoe around me? And the answer is no, I don't. Before Amos, I didn't have all these problems. It's just when you have him, you just realize how many things can just go not right. What's that? I smell pot up here. That's a pretty building. Look at there. I hate the smell of weed. Ugh, it's disgusting. My children say when I smell weed that I'm always like do exaggerated like just through. Oh, there's Sephora and Lululemon and Barnes and Noble. Who knew there was shopping? I tell you another thing you don't do with Amos and Honor. Shop. I could see a store that was like free Rolex watches, and I wouldn't be allowed to go in there. Pot everywhere and in New York City. I know. What was his favorite thing at the museum? He did not say, but I will tell you his favorite thing at the museum was going in. You get to go in an airplane. And one thing I noticed is the airplane is the same as it was when I was 5 years old with the airplane. They hadn't done like it's kind of cool now. Now it looks vintage, but it's funny that they don't, everything looks like it's from 1960. Now where are we? We're sitting at a light. See, I wonder how I know when I'm at a bus stop. I wonder if this is a bus stop. Maybe it's a bus. Maybe it is. Let's ask Amos if he wants to go. Do you want to keep riding?
Keep riding.
Okay. All right. Okay. Yes. Now we're moving. Moving. Turning, moving. Oh, look, there's a trolley. We're not on the trolley though. We're on another bus. Your ticket is good for 24 hours. Well, me not gonna be on this thing for 24 hours. Though I probably could get a lot done. Yeah. Anyway, the weather. Oh, there's Saks Fifth Avenue off 5th. That's the discount place. Oh, that's even better. Oh, we're higher than the trolley. No, but we've had a really good time. We're going to ride this a while and then go back, pick up my daughter, and take her home. Oh, there's Nordstrom Rack too. Oh, Nordstrom Rack. Ooh, off Saks clearly closed up, I reckon. Nordstrom Rack is not closed up. It is. Alas, you think Amos would thrive like this? You know, I have no idea. I don't know. Amos, it would be nice. It's 4 hours away for us. I was thinking if we came to DC and we spent a week, we could pick something different to do every day. The problem is his span to do an activity is pretty short. So we left campus this morning at around 11 in an Uber. We got to the metro, got on the metro, rode to town. Right? Did we leave at 11? 10:30, maybe 10. So he had a half day of school today, but we just skipped school. And now we're doing this for a while, and then we'll go back to Edenton. So he's kind of ready to go home already. So I don't know. He likes to be with his people and his dog and in his space with his, like, So I had to bring his pancakes and peanut butter jelly sandwiches and bananas. You know, you have to travel with all the things you need. So he hasn't had lunch yet because I forgot to pack lunch. And I was like, we could stop and get a hot dog or a cheeseburger. And he was like, the idea of buying a cheeseburger from a food truck versus McDonald's is a lot of things. Do you like this?
Yeah. This is the bigbus.com.
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 Sit down so you don't fall.
What we're writing.
Yeah. Now listen. How much longer? 15 minutes.
15 minutes.
Yeah.
Until we are at the metro.
Okay. Yeah, my daughter had a special thing tonight that I was planning to let her go to, and then I bought this expensive travel TV, but the travel TV did not have the internet where we're staying isn't good enough to get the travel TV working, so we have no YouTube, so that limits our time that we can spend inside. So anyway, we have to leave earlier than we planned because it's Episcopal in DC. Yes, my daughter is in school in Alexandria, Virginia, which is a 20-minute metro ride from DC. I think Washington, DC is honestly, I was in New York last weekend, so New York is a great, amazing city to go to. But going to DC, you get the big city feel, and all the activities are free other than the $100 bus ride. That's pretty easy. I mean, all the museums are free, which is awesome. Lots of walking. We clearly need to build up our walking tolerance. Or he does, not me. Though I probably do too. So anyway, that's it. I think it's a great place. I told my friend Kate Swinson, I was like, you know, if we could get y'all from Minnesota to DC and we could get kind of settled, you could probably get YouTube on a tablet. So it's not that I don't want him to use a tablet. He won't watch YouTube on a tablet. He didn't even like the idea of the travel TV. You know, if I understood the way autism worked, I would be a gabillionaire. I don't know how you would possibly make money on it, but I don't understand the way it works. And things that a normal person has never considered is what our life is like all the time. If YouTube doesn't work, if the TV's not there, if there's no pancakes, where's the milk? Did you get the right cup? You know, did you get to go on this double-decker bus that rode by? Like, thank goodness the bus driver was like, this isn't a stop, but you can get on. You know, like that one for bigbus.com, that is life-changing for us, because if we had walked up to that bus and not been able to get on it, we would still probably be lying down at the sidewalk by the White House, being interrogated by the Secret Service that we yelled at. Where Amos did, not me. But then the Secret Service lady was very nice to him. She said, do you have a best friend? And he said, yes. And she said, who is it? And he said, Anthony. He doesn't know anybody named Anthony. Yeah, I love when people like think they can like talk Amos off a ledge. And she was like, where are you from? And he was like, you should not be yelling. She was like, you didn't do anything wrong. I was like, he knows that. He's telling you you should be yelling. He ain't feeling guilty. I can tell you that right now. Oh, there's the Lincoln Memorial. Now, we are kind of near the metro stop, I think. Now we're like, people are hiding from us because we're like taking up the back of the bus with the dog. This is really a good way to see DC. We walked all the way from over here. It's Paul Revere. No, I don't know who that is. DC is my favorite city. It's good. You know, I was thinking today, I've had children up in this city at school for, 6 years. And never brought Amos to come do DC stuff. And I was like, why haven't I done that? And then I thought, he couldn't do it. It was hard enough to do it today. Oh, we walked here. That's where we are, Secret Service people. Because of these unknowns, homeless people, Secret Service yelling, getting on a bus. We are driving home tonight. Yes, we are. And then tomorrow I'll be a sloth. I'm good. I can go for 2 days, and then I'll be like, good night. We went to New York this past weekend, Thursday to Sunday, and on Monday I took a 3-hour nap because I'm 50 and I'm tired. Oh, look at this. Look. Oh, so big. Hold on. Isn't that pretty? And there's the African American Museum. We've done that, or I have. Oh yes, I have a hair appointment with Lori tomorrow. My Facebook subscribers, YouTube members, be on the lookout for that at 8:30 a.m. I didn't do a subscriber coffee chat this morning because I forgot my other phone. Well, then I had to get him ready to go. So there's that. It's pretty. This is actually a great way, bigbus.com. This is a great way to see places. There's the Capitol. Hold on, can you see it? Hold on. We walked way down there. I think we're very near the metro stop. Amos, are you ready to go get on the metro? Okay. All right.